Yeah, I think we are live. Yeah, we are live. Yeah, we are live. Well, guys, yeah, like first thing first. I want to say like one fucking main thing. Okay, one fucking main thing that yeah, one fucking main thing. I sim for Henry Cavill. Okay, yeah, not gay by the way. I sim for Henry Cavill. Yeah, he's like one of my favorite actors. I really want to meet him. Yeah, and the second thing, I like Man of Steel, so I don't give a fuck about Superman at all. Yeah, that's it. So I want to tell this to the audience who watching this video, and also like what, and also like the people who fight on the internet. Shut the fuck up! Literally, shut the fuck up, you fucking weird ass motherfuckers. It's a fucking movie, for fucking God's sake. Yeah, bro. I'm not saying yo. There are some people who doing this for cloud, just like me. Yeah, I'm ranting into a mic because I want views. But there are real fucking people who fucking fighting their asses off on internet. Yo, Jack Snyder is great. Yo, James Gunn is great. Shut the fuck up, motherfuckers. They both are sitting in a fucking glassed, yeah, like four glassed houses and living in your AC rooms. They don't give a fuck about you, motherfuckers. Literal motherfuckingly. Whatever. I said my rant. Let's react to this video. Yeah.
Is
Fuck off, man. Yeah, fuck off. Like literally, I kind of like, bro, it kind of like pisses me off, like how people are so fucking brain fucked up. Yeah.
for weeks now, people have been leaving comments asking, Filmento, what do you think is better, Superman or Man of Steel?
Let me say this, okay? I didn't see the Superman at all because I don't give a fuck. That's my opinion. Yeah, I don't give a fuck because I like Man of Steel. I like Snyderverse. So yeah, I don't give a fuck. But I don't go to YouTube comments and say, yo, the Jack Snyder is best. I don't say that. And even no, I don't say that. But I like those movies. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And my honest answer to that is,
Super Steel.
in his new movie, a more colorful Superman must go up against superpowered henchmen of his biggest hater, Baldy McBaldhead. And if he doesn't step up to the task soon enough, the world is going to split in two. And that's very poetic, since the movie itself also split the world into two. The Gunverse and the Snyderverse. You go anywhere online, you can't avoid seeing everlasting arguments about which side reigns supreme. Oh, Superman got better reviews and was generally more liked.
Yeah, but Man of Steel made more money at the box office.
Yeah, but Superman is almost the same and it's still making money at the box office.
Okay, well, let's adjust the box office to inflation.
Okay, well, let's adjust the budgets to inflation.
Well, James Gunn is a hypocrite.
Bro, like, this argument doesn't make no sense at all. Fuck off, man. This argument doesn't make no sense at all. Yeah, like, if the budget to the inflation is 225 million, yeah, then this money doesn't make no sense. Whatever.
Rebooting everything except his own shows and friends and wife.
It's a never-ending battle. You post anything positive about one side and the other is there in seconds to tear it down.
Well, I kind of like these comments right now. Like, Mortal Kombat cutscenes be like, yeah, can't believe they made Granny Goddess look boring. But this, nah. Fuck off, man. Yeah, they are funny. But I don't say this is funny. Yeah, it's more like people are just hating it for hating. Yeah. But these comments are funny. Not gonna lie. As I said, brother. Yeah, like real people. Because yeah, everybody have their Twitter, right? Yeah. I'm fucking saying like what the people I know, like what real fucking people, like what they don't have like what hundred, even 100 followers. They kind of like what, like tearing their clothes. Like, yo, Snyder is better, yeah. DC, yeah, like the new DC is better. Shut the fuck up, man. Really, like that kind of like so weird.
My envy is a calling. It is what has driven me to annihilate.
I was like, well, I just want to watch the video. Okay, I just want to watch the video. I'm like, what? Okay, it's fine. I just want to watch the video. Like when I saw this, I was like, I should react to this. Motherfucker, brother. Yeah, like one thing I need to say, bro. Filmento, his editing is so fucking banger ass, brother. Yeah, every time, yeah, like he has content on that. On top of that, his editing is so fucking banger ass. Yeah.
Violating you.
And in this case, I kinda get it. The existence of one side is a threat to the other, so it's understandable why fans are at arms. I, for example, haven't said anything about Superman so far, and I've been Borabian hammered with the same question everywhere. Filmento, which movie do you think is better, Superman or question? One movie, these are two answers to that question that do very different things. It's not the right question. See, these are two Superman movies that do very different things for very different results. One movie has a grounded hero existing on eye level with you.
Yeah, by the way, I want to say this one thing, brother. Yeah, how they kind of like what went with like Superman needs to be like what human, like why? Superman can be human and also at the same time he's kind of like what this kind of like godly figure, yeah, because he has the power of a god, brother. Yeah. So I don't understand the whole point of being grounded, as I said. That is like one of the reasons I didn't watch the movie, yeah, because that's so fucking bullshit thing to do, yeah. Yeah, there are some people who like that, but not me. Yeah, not me. Simple as that, not me. As I said, brother, yeah, even in the comics, he's not grounded. He's kind of like what? Elevated. Also at the same time, it's more like he's kind of like what? Looked as a symbol. But here in the new movie, he's not looked as a symbol. He's kind of like what? Some random guy with superpowers. Like, nah, Superman is not like that.
Other has a godly hero that you look up at. One movie focuses on fun external obstacles, while the other prefers emotional challenges. One movie has a very straightforward world with simple people, while the other requires a higher price of entry in terms of complexity. The question of which is better is not as important as learning what is done differently and what are the downsides and upsides of doing so, which is what we will focus on today. To be clear, since so many have asked, yes, I will say which movie I prefer. I'm not gonna say it yet, because I don't want to give ammunition to tourists who clicked on here just to throw a tantrum.
That's kind of true, brother. Yeah, as I said, okay, there are so many people like, what, you like this, you like that. Like, shut the fuck up, man. People like what they like. Don't fucking go after people who are just liking the movie, okay? Like, nah, it's not a good thing to do. It's not really a good thing to do, yeah. As I said, brother, yeah, I don't watch this movie, but that doesn't mean I hate the people who like the movie, nah.
But if you watch the video, you will find out which movie I prefer, if for some reason you care. But most importantly, let's understand what Superman does differently than Man of Steel, and what's better or worse as a result. The first key difference here is that one Superman exists with you on eye level, whereas the other is a godlike unit that you admire from below. To put it bluntly, the new Superman is a bit of a loser. When the movie begins, he's lost the battle. Then he gets dragged home by his foster dog to get help from his robot babysitters. Then he heads back to Metropolis to fight and loses again. Then he does a mock interview with Lois and loses his cool.
Come on, Lois, you know that one specifically irritates me.
On the record.
Bro, by the way, this is the kind of same scene we have like what in the like what Batman vs Superman, yeah. But in there, do you actually see like Henry Cavill Superman kind of like what, losing his cool, but he not understanding what I can do better. But here he kind of losing his cool like a kid. Yeah, as I said, like this kind of like alternatives kind of makes me feel like I don't want to watch this movie because I like what Henry Cavill did. I don't want to like ruin that by watching this movie. Yeah, simple as that. Yeah, that's like these are like the main reasons. Yeah.
To lose her. Then he
you know that one specifically irritates me.
On the record.
And also seems to lose her. Then he faces a monster and cannot stop other superheroes from killing it. Then he's black painted and roasted in front of the world, and his entire life purpose turns out to have been a lie, and then he's taken into custody and put in a cage where he lies through multiple scenes doing nothing. Altogether, Superman is very flawed, incompetent, unsure, insecure. He's taller than the old Superman, yet he stands at barely half his height. He's more like one of the boys, like you and me. And in Man of Steel, it's very different. Superman there...
I clearly said that, yeah, I clearly said that. I didn't like that angle at all. I clearly said I didn't like that angle at all. Like, that's like one of the reasons I didn't watch the movie. Yeah, bro, you can actually like what? Understand a perspective of a movie if you like analyze the trailer properly, yeah. I understand that. That's the like was that. No, okay. as I said, brother, yeah, I like what Snyder did. I don't want to like ruin that picture in my head by watching this other movie. Yeah, like yeah, simple. You can say it's kind of like a preference thing than like what me being like a toxic fan. Yeah, like yeah, you can say I'm a toxic fan. I don't give a fuck. But in the end, yeah, it's not. It's more of a preference. Yeah, like for example, some people like hot girls, some people like ugly girls. Yeah. So yeah, like in my perspective, Man of Steel is a hot girl. Yeah.
Is an absolute unit. He's the chosen one Jesus of his people. He immediately saves lives in the most badass way. He gets back at his bullies. He has hot women follow him across the world. Even when he fails, he's a painting. Even when he goes into custody, he's in control.
Let's put our cards on the table here, General.
Altogether, there may be efforts to humanize Superman and make him relatable, but at the end of the day, he's not like you and me. He's
Yeah, that's true. But still, bro, there are so many aspects in the Man of Steel that's actually so human. Like they made this godly figure feel like human in so many fucking times. Like for example, his back is like what? Yeah, like yeah, flashbacks. Yeah, flashbacks is a thing, right? Like what? His child flashbacks makes him human. But after like for example, he fighting for his mother. Yeah, that is so fucking human thing, brother. Like what? He kind of like what going all over to the Smallville and saying to the Jod, yo, how dare you touch my mother? Yeah, how dare you shout at my mother? Like, bro, that's so fucking human thing, brother. Yeah, as I said, yeah, still he's still a godly figure, but they made a godly figure feel like human. Yeah, like as I said, brother, like those kind of aspects make me love the movie.
up there in the clouds for us to admire and strive toward. He's like Goku, inspiring you to go to the gym
Yeah.
to work for something that you can never truly reach.
That's a fucking thing. That's a fucking
And when
thing,
you
man.
put it
Yeah.
like that, why the hell would you ever make a Superman who exists on ground level? Well, it comes down to the choice between admiration and astonishment.
No.
After Superman has been lying in Luthor's pocket universe cage for multiple scenes, he finally does something we're not used to seeing from him. He convinces his cellmate of his abilities, and then he stands up tall. He smashes out of the cage, he beats up the guard to save the cellmate's baby, he protects the baby at any cost while being attacked from all around. And when all the heroes are about to be sucked into a black hole, he gets them out of there. Seeing this short Superman amount to something so high and mighty, it's amazing. It's like, hell yeah, Superman, go Superman. It's the rise that we go on with this character that creates the astonishment. A bit like the scene in the Snyder Cut where the Flash became the biggest
Yeah.
hero of the whole movie. The reason I was jumping in my seat seeing it for the first time is because it's not something I would expect to see from the Flash.
That's true, brother.
Snack hole.
He will always be a goofy sidekick.
But still, yeah, like yeah, but the same thing, yeah, the same thing. They made Superman is this kind of goofy guy, and kind of like giving this kind of like what? Yo, he can do that too. Yeah, that is like the main fucking thing, brother. Like what we see a Superman, yeah, like up until now, yeah. Like for example, every Superman, they have this kind of like what godly aura, yeah. And this Superman came out like, yo, I'm nothing. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Nah, not for me.
And although Man of Steel Superman of course has his own flaws and rises, it's not the same. When he beats up the villain's henchmen, you admire it more than get astonished by it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's Superman, a god among men. This is kinda on par with what you expect from him. You don't
Yeah, like, and also like that, the plot itself kind of like what make me feel like he's the good guy there. We need to support him. Like for example, he going after his own people for the sake of planet Earth. That itself makes us feel like, yo, he's the greatest guy. But in the other side, it's just like normal stuff, bro. Like for example, a man with superpowers saving some alien kid. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. But here, a man who actually like what doesn't even belong to the Earth in Man of Steel, doesn't even belong to the Earth, trying his best to save the Earth. Like even the plot is kind of like what makes us feel Man of Steel as like what 10 times way more better than the fucking Superman. Yeah.
get shocked when God performs miracles, right? Because he's God. But when the new Superman beats up the villain's henchmen who he has always lost to, you do get shocked, astonished, like holy hell, he finally found a way. That's incredible, go Superman. And now that we understand the difference between the heroes, I know what you're asking. Which is better? Well, there is no right answer.
Yeah,
it
that's
depends
true.
on the
That's fucking true. There is no right answer. There is no right answer because, as I said, this was great, but I prefer this one. In the end, it's about the preference. Yeah, as I said at the start, hating people for just liking this movie is like you being a fucking weirdo motherfucker. Yeah. And also, you can also same thing. So just like hating people for liking this movie is also a weirdo fucking thing. Yeah, it's just a preference thing. Yeah, I want my Superman to the fucking god, not this. But still, I don't hate it, but I don't watch it. Simple as that. Because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to like what ruin my image I have. Yeah.
character and what you want to do with them. Batman, for example, usually works best when the audience is down in the dirt with him. But at the same time, it could also be cool to see an adaptation of the OP animated Batman where he's this unbeatable force you can admire from afar. It's astonishment versus admiration, ground level versus looking up, relatable cousin you wanna hang out with versus cool uncle you wanna watch. Choose whichever better fits your hero.
Then getting about 3 inches from your face for your close-up, which isn't the most flattering angle, but I'll tell you what, on the big screen, it really makes you feel like you're right there with it.
Nah, brother, yeah. I was like, what? Everybody have like, what, 52 inches TV, right? Even on the 52 inches TV, that angle feels so fucking weird. That angle feels so fucking weird, brother, yeah. Don't make it seem like, yo, it's so great. Nah, it's so fucking weird. Like, we have like, what? Almost like 60 inches, yeah, like, yeah, more than 52 inches, yeah, I'm for fucking sure. We have more than 52 inches. Even on that screen, it's so looking fucking ass. Yeah, I'm not talking about movie here. I'm talking about only the basic angle, yeah. That's so fucking ass, brother.
He's the biggest superhero on the planet. He's the why of all superheroes. The father of every superhero.
Another key difference here is that one movie plays with fun external obstacles while the other focuses more on emotional challenge. In Superman, for the most part, the obstacle focuses more on emotional challenge. In Superman,
This motherfucker, yeah, David Crossett saying, yo, this angle is so cool. Like, shut the fuck up, man. That's so fucking weird as fuck. Yeah. Like, we don't want to watch your fucking nose holes and stuff. We don't want to fucking watch that. Nah.
and for the most part, the obstacles exist on the outside. We fight some masked supervillain from a fictional country until he's had enough for today and leaves. We fight some big Luthor monster wreaking havoc in the city, except no real havoc really happens.
Everybody okay?
We fight Luthor's henchmen at the end because the world is splitting apart and we need to get to Luthor to stop it. To be fair, I don't want to make it seem like there's no emotional resonance here because there is.
I don't know about the emotional thing because, as I said, I don't watch the movie. But I kind of like know the plot because I'm talking about a movie, brother. I need to at least know the basic plot and like story beats and stuff. Yeah, so I kind of like watch some clips. Yeah, pirated by the way. Yeah, so you can say that, yeah.
This little kid believe in Superman to his very last breath does hit you in the feels. But for the most part, the movie plays positively on the external side. There's fictional countries invading other fictional countries that we explore less than Borat's hometown. There's fights against nameless grunts while catchy music plays in the background. I mean, the big climax is Superman fighting a dumb clone who Lex Luthor is controlling like an MLG gamer.
2A, 5 feet, 5 feet, 6K.
It fits and works, but is also silly, goofy, kinda what Scorsese meant when he said some movies are amusement parks to have fun in. Whereas in Man of Steel, it's very different. There are some external obstacles in form of whatever machines, yes, but for the most part the challenge...
Bro, yeah. I kind of doesn't like what he said, the external missions are like missions and stuff, but even those missions kind of related to the plot. Yeah. even those missions are like what related to the main story plot, right? Yeah, even those mission segments and etc. Yeah, like Superman fighting the Krypton mission. Yeah, Krypton mission. Yeah, they're trying to like what fuck up the Earth. Yeah, even that is related to the plot. It's not like what it's not just a side act. It's a main act. Yeah.
Is emotional. When Superman fights henchmen in
Yeah,
small
like it's related to the emotion. Like for example, Superman trying his best to fight this mission to destroy it so he can save the Earth. Yeah.
well, his main purpose is not to protect some MacGuffin or save the military or anything.
Get inside.
He's mostly there to make the henchmen regret thinking they can come for his mom.
Yeah, that's the scene, bro. That's a fucking scene. Even now, brother, like yeah, like I was like, that's the Superman. This motherfucker went all the way and like destroying everything just to like prove a point. How dare you touch my mom? Like, bro, like I don't know about the Western people, but on the Eastern side, we respect our families way more than we even thought. If anything happens to them, we kind of feels like yo, something happens to us. Yeah, you can say that's maybe the one of the reasons I like this scene way more than anything. Yeah.
Even when Superman fights Zod at the end, the external side is already over. Zod's plan failed, Krypton is gone. The fight is mostly about Zod being like, well, you took away my purpose to live, so now I'll make life hell for you until you end me. It is purely about negative emotion. And once again, there is a point to both sides. It comes down to the choice between having fun and having to reflect. In Superman, you can watch the conflict and obstacles and feel pretty good about them. Superman saves this civilian, he saves that civilian, he saves this dog and even this squirrel. It's very light and casual, and even the most negative things are ultimately not that deep. Superman seems to break up with Lois, but not really, and they don't ever get in serious conflict. Lex Luthor breaks into Superman's home to harm his robots and dog, but at the end the robots are fine and even the dog seems to enjoy captivity. The most real sense of danger comes when Superman is locked in the pocket universe with the kryptonite guy. Now it seems like things are really bad. Until you remember that, oh yeah, there are these other superheroes who can easily look into what happened, so probably Superman is gonna be just fine. Altogether, the obstacles are quite emotionally unchallenging and untaxing, and when it's all over, you can leave the theater with
Oh yeah, the only thing I'm understanding was like what they made the movie like what is soap opera. Yeah, like they have stakes, but the stakes doesn't matter in the end because it's a Superman movie. Yeah, because stakes doesn't matter. It's the story matters. Yeah, the story is kind of like what bare bones. Yeah, that's what I'm understanding. Yeah, and also I kind of like read the whole plot and like what some story beats, as I said. It doesn't click me at all. Yeah, like even like what want to watch the movie. No. Now there are like what only few beats. Like for example, he like what getting out of the black hole kind of like make me want to watch the movie. But even after that, it's kind of like what no. And yeah, and there is also like other scene. Like for example, he kind of like what fighting. Yeah, like no, not fighting. Yeah, like he kind of like what having a conversation with his father. Yeah. And also like what there's this other aspect like what yeah even though I hate that, like for example like his family, yeah, like Krypton family saying that yo you need to fuck more people. Yeah, like even though I hate the way they said, but still it kind of like make me intrigued. Yo, it's kind of fun. Yeah, but still I hate that because bro, as I said, how they handled Krypton in the Man of Steel is so fucking way better than what they did here. Yeah, as I said, they kind of went for this kind of like what this kind of like yo this is great for now. Yeah, in the Superman, but Man of Steel, this is great forever. That's the reason I was like yeah when I kind of like, that's the reason I don't want to watch the movie, because I don't want to like what ruin my image I have about Man of Steel. And also I'm like if I have time, yeah, I definitely watch the movie. Yeah, like maybe if I watch with my family. Yeah, otherwise, nah, I don't waste my time watching this movie alone, nah. But I definitely watch the Man of Steel, by the way. I watch that every fucking time.
with a big smile. Man of Steel, on the other hand, is heavier in the conflict. Superman isn't saving dogs. He's rarely saving civilians unless he's attracted to them. He doesn't even save his own dad. If you're a squirrel, good luck.
Fuck off.
The obstacles in need of overcoming here do not make you feel good. You don't feel good when Faora flies into her demise with the army guy. You don't feel good when Superman kills Zod.
Yeah.
When the credits roll, you are not smiling. More so, you're forced to reflect. Well, should Superman have saved his dad against his wishes? Could he have imprisoned Zod somewhere instead of killing him? Could this bad stuff have been avoided?
Bro, I don't think like what I don't think that doesn't work, especially in the George scene. It doesn't work because to kind of like what to kind of like save him, yeah, to kind of like yeah, to kind of like what, yeah, fuck off. I can't say it properly, yeah, to kind of like what, imprison him, yeah, imprison him. You need to like first stop his eye lasers, yeah. Before he can stop the eye lasers, he will definitely kill the family, yeah. So it doesn't work. The imprisonment doesn't work, especially in that scene.
For a more
But still, yeah, if they change the plot, maybe. But in that scene, I don't think so. It doesn't work.
positive result. The challenge is born from the negative, which enhances the raw feeling of emotion.
If you destroy this ship, you destroy Krypton!
And once again, there is no right answer for which is better. It depends on the movie you're making. Whether a Superman movie should be a colorful good time that makes you smile after the fact, that's up to you. I'm not enough of a fan to know. But with Batman, for example, if you're grinning in joy at the end credits, then probably something is not right. It's external conflict. I'm not enough of a fan to know. But with Batman, for example, if you're grinning in joy at the end credits, then probably something is not right. It's external conflict versus emotional conflict. Light fun versus heavier taxation. Choose whichever you're going for.
I always switch Man of Steel, yeah. I always choose Man of Steel.
Another key difference here is that one world is very straightforward with simple characters, while the other requires a higher price of entry in terms of complexity. In Superman, most often what you see is what you get. All citizens love Superman, but then they see one arms dealer billionaire hater on the news and instantly turn on him. Why? Because that's how it is now.
Yeah, you can say he's the Timo Elon Musk brother. Yeah, you can definitely say that, yeah.
The movie could have gone deeper into this with the geopolitical topic, but chose a simple clip instead.
I know there's computer forensics guys. They're not gonna say it's legit unless they are sure.
And this simplistic trend continues. Why do Lex Luthor's henchmen obey him without question? Well, because they're bad guy henchmen and his goal is their goal.
I know, Lex. I've sacrificed my own humanity to help get rid of it.
Why does the Justice Gang fight for good? Well, because they're superheroes and that's what they do. Why is every woman upset?
No. Yeah, the Justice Gang makes sense because they're actually like what? Some kind of like Superman with benefits, yeah. Like like superheroes with benefits. Like for example, they kind of like what? Like correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? Like the things I read, it's kind of like what? It's kind of like they kind of like what? The superheroes for the government or a kind of like a guild, yeah. So they kind of like doing their job. Yeah, it's not about they're working for the peace of the world. It's kind of like what? They're doing their job as a superhero, yeah. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I read.
Yes, with Jimmy Olsen. Well, because that's how it is. Not much more to it. Look at
Bro, this is the thing, brother. I hate this thing. Like, when I see the clips, I was like, bro, I look like him. I just look like him. The fucking ghosts look at me like, yo, fuck off, man. Even though I have like a very good job. Literally. Fuck off. Like, yeah, like this movie just like what? Trying to make things doesn't make no sense at all. Like, I was like, shut the fuck up, man.
with Jimmy Olsen. Well, because that's how it is. Not much more to it. Look at Lex Luthor. His main drive is his hatred of Superman, yet the movie doesn't really dive too deep into that. Yeah, there's very direct talk about jealousy and whatnot,
Catapulted onto this planet just to have the world fawn over him.
but it's surface level at most. You don't need to focus to not get lost. It's right there, easily accessible for everyone of all ages.
You're driven by envy, Luthor. You couldn't be more obvious.
No shit.
Altogether, the complexity doesn't...
Wait. I thought he's Ultraman, brother. Yeah, wait. I kind of lost the plot here. Wait. I thought he's Ultraman. Yeah.
It's right there, easily accessible for everyone of all ages.
You're driven by envy, Luther.
I thought he's Ultraman. Yeah. Wait, Luther is controlling his clone? Like, what? What the fuck? Why don't they put the Ultraman here? I thought he's Ultraman. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Couldn't be more
Yeah, I
obvious.
kind of like miss that point until now, yeah.
No shit.
Altogether, the complexity doesn't really go beyond this nice alien having to act evil because, look, in the scene he has a baby in danger. Pretty simple. And in Man of Steel, it's not so simple. Faora doesn't fight because she's a henchman, but because she's a soldier in a takeover gone wrong who has nothing else left. Zod doesn't fight because he's a villain, but because he was created to protect Krypton, and without that he has no reason to exist and thus wants to die in battle. People are individuals. But to get a more direct comparison, look at Lex Luthor in BVS. I know he's not the best character because his acting is wrong and he's pulled in two directions by two different writers. But if you really look into him, you'll find a Rubik's Cube to be assembled. Basically, Lex Jr. grew up with a dad who was very physical and not so nice with him. His dad was an all-powerful guy who could make him feel tiny and powerless. And now that his dad is gone, Lex is used to being the most powerful person in the food chain. Doesn't matter if he's meeting superstars or senators, which is very realistic by the way, he can waltz in holding the upper hand. With one exception, Superman. Superman is the only all-powerful person above Lex who he does not hold power over, who can make him feel powerless, exactly like his dad. And in Lex's mind, if something is all-powerful, then it cannot be all good, like Superman pretends to be, like his dad pretended to be.
No, don't believe it. My father...
Bro, I need to say one thing, man. Yeah, when I saw the movie, I was like, yeah, Lex is just a weirdo, that's what I thought. But when Filmento trying to like explain, I was like, yo, is that movie has that much? Yeah. As I said, brother, yeah, I kind of like what mixed feelings with the BVS. I like the first half, and the second half is kind of like what I have some mixed feelings, yeah. But still, that movie is great. But still, I didn't thought that much deeper, yeah. Like, fuck off. Fuck off, man. I didn't thought that much deeper, yeah. I didn't thought.
named the company after himself. He was the dad started saying that he named the company after his kid at investor pitches. Rich old ladies. They thought it was very cute, you know.
His dad was in reality a piece of crap, and thus so must Superman be. He sees his dad in Superman. Taking down one is symbolic for taking down the other.
The problem of evil in the world. The problem of absolute virtue. The problem of you on top of everything else. You above all. They need to see the fraud you are.
Now, I know not everyone sees that when they watch this movie, and that's
yeah,
fine.
that's true, brother. I didn't see it. As I said, I like BVS as a movie, but still, I have problem with like what first half and second half because it's so fucking complex, brother. Like I didn't understand. Like what this motherfucker talking. Yeah, I understand he's jealousy of Superman because he's powerful, but I didn't look into it that much deeper because it is very hard to. It is very hard to look into it that much deeper, brother, because not all people are hurt by their parents, so it is so hard to look into it. But like what? But every person loves their mother. That's the reason it's very hard to like what accept what happened in the Man of Steel. But it is very hard to like look into something deeper, as Filmento said, because nobody, like not all people in the world are mistreated by their parents, right? Yeah, maybe people who are mistreated by their parents kind of like understand easily, and people like Filmento understand because they analyze movies. But a normal random like me, I don't understand that. Like literally, man. Like I was like, when he said that, it kind of makes sense. Yeah.
That's the point. You need to think about it for yourself, to focus, to assemble the pieces. And if you do think about it, Alfred's warning about corruption might be even more defining of Lex than Bruce.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
And once again, the question of which is better comes down to what you're going for. Easy access for all versus challenging complexity. If you want all audiences to be able to watch and enjoy popcorn without thinking too much, going simple with the world is the answer. Ultraman is a machine-like clone. All women comedically...
Wait, he's Ultraman. Okay. they made Ultraman a machine. Like, what? Yeah, he's not technically a machine, but like what? Lex controlling Ultraman? Like, what? Shut the fuck up, man.
We love Jimmy Olsen. This guy has a baby in the scene. The audience isn't gonna get lost because the water is knee deep. It's safe and it works for everyone without confusion because it's right there.
I'm as human as anyone. I love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and just.
But if you want to challenge or
yeah, like even the Superman gets scared, brother. Like, bro, like what? You don't need to say that. You don't need to say that. Like, for example, even in the Man of Steel, he was scared that something happened to his mom. He kind of like what? Ran towards her to save her. Yeah, like people scared, brother. When they have family, people are scared. It's just a normal thing. Like, you don't need to say that out loud. Like, I don't understand the point of making characters say that and make them feel low. Like, I don't understand that point at all. Like, yo, you need to say your feelings out loud. Nah, brother. The feelings actually like what? Show to you when it makes sense. Like, for example, in the Man of Steel, yeah, like for example, yeah, until then we gotta see it's like, yo, Superman doesn't fear. But the moment he senses that his mother is in a danger, he just ran. Like, that's a fear, brother.
Audiences and take characters to further places, then complexity is the answer. The old Lex was willing to risk city destruction to beat Superman just like the new Lex, but also self-destruction. That's how much he hated Superman. And with the new Lex, you just couldn't go that far. He's so simple and easy to understand that you can condense his essence into a meme, which of course has its own advantages as well. It's about finding balance. If I could get a combination of the new Lex's actor and personality together with the puzzle-like complexity of the old Lex, that would be great.
Whoa.
But the main point...
That would be great too, but still, brother. I want something like what? Understandable, yeah. As I said, until filmento of pieced it, I always thought like what? Yeah, Lex is good, yeah. His acting is kind of like a psychopath, yeah, it's good. For me, it's fine. But I didn't see the deeper part of it, like what? He being treated badly and stuff, yeah. Yeah, maybe I didn't see, maybe I missed the beats, yeah, maybe not. But I didn't understand. As well as I understand in the Man of Steel, yeah, like what Superman did to save his mom, yeah. Yeah, those two scenes are almost same, yeah. Like what? Lex being like, yo, my father is this kind of like a man, yeah, that's the reason I think you also not a good guy, yeah. Like, and also like what? Superman saving his mom because he yeah, she is his mom. Yeah. So those two scenes are kind of like what? Related to the family. But still, I didn't understand the second scene, like what? Lex scene, because I didn't look into it that deeper because I don't know that kind of like feelings, right? But I know the kind of like feeling like what? Someone threatening your mom. Every man knows. So that's the reason I kind of like what? Yo, this is great. I didn't understand, yeah, so it is not great in the Lex moment, yeah.
Is that both these movies do their own things with their own upsides and downsides. And now that we know a bit more about them, we can use them better in our own work. And as to the question of which movie is better, hopefully I've made you see that it's not the question to ask. The better movie is the one you prefer. And personally, as a brooding Batman fan, I can honestly say this. Superman is a great fun time and it's good they went in a fresh direction and I'll gladly see more. But for me, still, Man of Steel clears.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works. Like, that's how it works. As I said, don't hate people for liking something you don't like. Yeah. I also don't hate people for something I don't like. Yeah. So yeah, let's be civil, motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, you need to understand, you fighting for something that doesn't even make no sense at all. Like, real fucking people, yeah. Like, I understand the people making videos, it gives them money. I understand people on the Twitter making some comments for the cloud. I understand. But these people who don't even have, who like do real jobs, they wasting their time on like, what, yo, the Jack Snyder is better. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, man. They don't give a fuck about you. What the fuck, I'm out.